Hiya YouTube and welcome to a video by the Unlucky Lads. This will detail the raid intel skips and black box locations on critical, regular and low for the raid starting on the 1st of August running through to the 7th of August, which is Project Titan Week 193. We hope you'll continue to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, or even gift us a slice of pizza using our donation link in the description below, because your support really drives us to make these early raid intel videos, which allows you to quickly complete the raids and collect the black boxes as soon as the Project Titan week begins. For critical this week, the modifiers will be Injuries Bleed, Juggler, and Technique Slowdown. And using the intel skips you can begin by destroying the 4 panels at Satellite Dish. This will open up the circle for Baal at the chemical refinery, and beating this boss will allow you to head into Sector 2. For Gargoyle, you'll need to press 4 nodes simultaneously, 2 at Forgotten Sanctuary and 2 at Testing Zone. And Supercomputer will require you to defend the node in the bunker of Missile Site Ruins. You can now fight both Titans in Sector 2, Gargoyle at Testing Zone and Supercomputer at the building in the sea, before moving into Sector 3. Cerberus involves collecting 1 intel from Red Phoenix, and then interrogating the breacher at Scandium Mine. Next you need to input the password he gives you into the node at the bottom of Lava Duct, and finally you'll need to defend the node at the top of Lava Duct. Doing all of this will give you access to Cerberus at the top of Lava Shield, where you can complete the critical raid. And if you're looking for the black box raid chest on critical this week, there are 2 boxes in Sector 1. The first is at Ancient Harbour, and the other is at Chemical Refinery. Then there'll be 2 boxes in Sector 2. The first at Salamander, and the other is at Missile Site Ruins. And finally there's 2 more boxes in Sector 3, the first one at Red Phoenix, and the last one being at Lava Duct. In summary, the modifiers will likely be considered easier than last week's, because although Injuries Bleed will probably mean you need to use more syringes than normal, thankfully it's not a modifier that makes you stop to apply bandages. Then Juggler doesn't seem to bother many players these days, thanks to the many ways to overcome this, such as using a BIV, using gear with extra ammo, using the same ammo type across all your guns, or just repeatedly selecting your preset in the pause menu to top up your ammo. But failing all that, you can just stick to switching weapons to pick up ammo. Finally, Technique Slowdown is one of our favourite modifiers, but mainly because we don't use our class ability often enough to be affected by this. However, if you do like using it, then don't forget to change your gun and gear buffs to technique increasing ones. As for the intel trail, we think it's going to be a pretty good week this time. That's because in Sector 1 and 2, there is just 1 task to do for each of the Titans to spawn in, and depending on the order you like to face the bosses, you could potentially do the hack at Missile Site Ruins en route to Supercomputer to save some time. Even Sector 3 isn't going to slow down this raid too much, because although there are a few jobs to do around this part of the map, if you organise yourselves well enough, it shouldn't take too long. Don't forget that if you have the active camo, you can turn invisible to help you get to the breacher at Scandium Mine, but do remember that once you grab him, it will automatically turn off. Overall, we think this raid could be done in under 1 hour, or even quicker for experienced squads. However, if speed isn't your thing, then hopefully the balance of modifiers and intel will make this a fun raid. And remember, if you run into any problems, please comment below and we'll try to help out, so you can finish the raid and earn those rewards. Moving on to regular and low, there are no modifiers and it does just use last week's critical intel and black box locations. So start by defending the smoky node at Heliport to grant access to Baal at the chemical refinery, and after beating the tank Titan, you can move into Sector 2. Gargoyle requires 2 intels at Salamander, then the interrogation of the sniper at Camp Phoenix, and lastly inputting the password he gives you into the node at Testing Zone, where you can fight the Flying Titan. And Supercomputer just requires the 4 nodes at Missile Site Ruins to be pressed together, before you can fight Quantum at the building in the sea. Once you've beaten Gargoyle and Supercomputer, you can move into Sector 3. Cerberus requires 2 intels at Red Phoenix, and a further 2 intels at Scandium Mine, one using your drone in B2, and the other is a pickup. Next you need to destroy the 3 panels at Prototype Workshop, before finally putting 4 hands on nodes at No Man's Land. This will give you access to Cerberus at the top of Lava Shield, where you can complete the regular or low raid. And if you're looking for the black boxes on regular and low this week, there are 2 in Sector 1, the first at Chemical Refinery and the other at Heliport. Then there'll be 2 boxes in Sector 2, the first at Camp Phoenix and the other is at Missile Site Ruins. And finally there's 2 more boxes in Sector 3, the first one at Prototype Workshop with the last one at No Man's Land. That's all for now. We hope you've enjoyed our Intel and Black Box video enough to leave a like and comment, plus subscribe or donate if you haven't already. Although no pressure, because it's all of your support combined that motivates us to make our content. So until next time, peace out, the unlucky lads.